This is kind of funny. Put the slide out and found a couple of little hitchhikers. Chilling out, not hurting anybody. But no, come on, you don't need to be on top. Come on, sorry guys. All right, you guys are still living, but you don't need to be on top of my slide when I suck that in. All right, no more hitchhikers. Okay, what we're doing today is we're going to be installing a new integrated surge suppressor in line with my external power source. Haven't had any issues yet, but I'm paranoid, and what the hell, it's another doodad to install, right? Gives me something to do. I've never opened this, but I believe this is where all the electronics are. And there it is. That is a thing. Now, let's see. So, by the looks, wow, that's something. Okay, there's the big one. All right, boy. Yeah, I can tell I've never opened this, because if I had, I probably would have cleaned it up. And possibly mounted that converter less cockeyed or vacuumed it out. But anyway, what I'm going to need to do is this big bugger here, I believe is my feed line. I'm going to have to disconnect those, and I'm not going to cut it because I happen to have some 6.3 left over from when I installed my RV outlet outside. So I'm going to save that in the exact condition it is. Probably, I got plenty of room in there. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew this disaster, straighten these wires up, square it up, mount the other thing over there. I'll go grab it so you can see it. No, not into the sink. There, saved. So this baby, my SurgeGuard, line side, load side, so this is the input, this is the output to the trailer. If I square that up, I will have some decent room. And actually what I may do is I may turn this way and turn this the other way, but that's what I'm going to do. Simple enough. You just follow the directions, screw your wires in, rehook everything up, and power it up. I also have a remote port for it, which looks like I'll be able to fish up that wall and mount the remote unit on the external wall for it. But I'm going to start doing a little bit of work here and see what we can figure out. Okay, so I've unscrewed the 12 volt converter. Everything's still hooked up, and vacuumed it out because I don't think that had ever been done. It was a mess. What I noticed is my big black wire actually goes through a compression clamp way over there into all of the fuse panel for all the 12 volt and all the other stuff. That must be the converter. I don't even know. Anyway, but that's where all of the power's fed. But I don't really want to unwire that whole thing. Now, looking at it, I've got a fair bit of extra length. It's tight right there, but I've got a fair bit of extra length in this cabinet. So if I play my cards right and locate it, I will be able to nip that and put my surge suppressor in the middle and clean this up, and I should have enough room to mount everything that I need to, because that's kind of a mess. But anyway, that's the next step. Alright, another quick tip before I start working on this thing is this little thing. It's a power detector. If you've got AC power, you don't see anything there. Sees there. Because I haven't turned any of this off yet. So this is hot. And if I go hacking through that right now, bad things are going to happen. So I'm going to go unplug it and then we'll get started. And there we go. Oop, what was that? Now, as a final test, no, 110 is dead. Stop it. Yeah. 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 It's dead. So we're going to cut this off. And basically what I think I'm going to end up doing is cutting it about there. And then I'll have wiring from the outload. And I'll have plenty of wire to get that over to this side where the line is. And that's what we're going to do. Alright, nothing blew up. And we got enough cable. So I used a bolt cutter for this because I had one. Makes it real easy, because otherwise that's a lot of copper to cut through. So now it's pretty simple. You just match the colors up. Ground goes to green, red goes to red, white goes to white, black goes to black on both sides. And you're fired up. Simple as that. And there she is, all stripped. I have to give Forest River credit. That is some nice wire. That is really, really good wire. Real stiff, not a lot of give. Stripping it, you just got to take off enough so it gets into the terminal so you can crank them down. You need a pretty skinny screwdriver in order to be able to do that, because terminals are kind of embedded. The 50 amp doesn't need a cover. You may be able to get away with a bigger one on a 30 amp, because I noticed that those have covers that go over the wires after you're done with them. But I am just about ready to terminate those bad boys and see what she does. And there it is in all its glory. Almost, I would bet that wiring was intended, because they left quite a loop in there, and it was perfect, I have to say, for hooking this up. I mean, there's no question that they could have cut a foot of wire out of this thing and saved a couple of dollars. But they didn't, and I'm glad, because it was very, very easy to hook this up. Now to confirm, black, white, red, and grounds on both sides. Okay, there we go. What? Plug her in. So this is supposed to take quite a bit of time, about 2.5 minutes. And then it'll click on if it's happy. Looks like we got okay. Green for line 1, green for line 2. The flashing light, I believe, means that it's going through its cycle. So, we will see. And there she goes. I think I may have caught that. Clunk is when she kicks in. And now she's a-running. Expect that fan is something that'll probably turn off as it, yeah, it's slowing down. So that's good. Well, that was fairly simple. We got power on. We got the green lights. We don't have this one, which is good, because if this light's on, that means bad things have happened, well, to the SurgeGuard and not your trailer. So apparently I knew how to wire up my box, because nothing is telling me I'm an idiot, and we should be good to go. So now I'm going to figure out how to screw that down, get that inverter back, or that converter back in there, and there she goes. A little bit of a hum, but nothing terrible. Certainly nothing the air conditioner won't cover up when she's running. Then I get these screwed back to the floor, button up a couple of these wires in there because they're just silliness, and see if I can figure out how to run the cable for the remote monitoring display. There she is, all mounted and screwed and tie wrapped and cleaned up. Got a bit of a 60 hertz buzz, but I guess that's the price you pay. And that's my fish tape. Shut that off. I was able to mount the box right here. Works slick. There's voltage amps for each leg. And faults if the thing has faults. I am rather pleased. So this was a good exercise. Very happy with it, and now I won't worry anything about the power supply to the trailer, because I know if I do get a bad one, a lightning strike or something like that, if we're out in the rain, which we have been a lot this year, won't have any issues. So all finished.